So here we are again. Another episode of Jackknife Chicken Truck. This is going to be a very short episode because I didn't plan anything to talk about or find any videos like I planned on doing. Instead, I'm going to talk about a few things that have been bothering me lately. First off, I was talking to my coworker today, and she's telling me how her girl got stolen by her neighbors. Apparently her neighbors are a piece of work. There's 15 people living in a one-bedroom house, and apparently they're not very civilized. They've got garbage all over their front porch. They have done a lot of violent things in the neighborhood. Now, this is an established old neighborhood with a lot of older people, and my coworker grew up there since she was like in third grade. So she doesn't want to move because it's her house. But the person renting the house to these people, or for a better word, trifling. And they have no respect for the people. And that drives me insane. I don't get why people can't just think about how do I want to be treated. Instead, they just do what they want and expect everything for themselves. I went to the movies tonight with my buddy Scott and my wife and her friend. It's at Action Point. So I'm driving back from the waterfront to my apartment, and I wanted to get into the middle lane of 376. The roads were a little bit damp because it rained here, and the car beside me honked at me like I was going to come over, which I wasn't. I was trying to, but I wasn't making any moves. He shoots in front of me, darts into the right lane, and then gets stopped by the traffic from the construction that's going to build up. Then tried to jump back in front of me, which I didn't let him over because, well, I'm not doing that. And the other impatient people in front of me jumped out into their lane and found out they were stuck in the same right lane. Like, really, you're in that big of a hurry that you can't try and figure out why people aren't going around? I did a lot of driving this weekend. I drove 280 miles in 3 days. I ended up going to my parents, helping them with stuff. I got the mirror for my car finally. Got that installed. And then I went to see the movie Upgrade, which was awesome. The following day I went out to Carnegie for a cookout, then drove to Latrobe to fly my drone. And most of my stuff was broken. Lesson learned, check your gear before you leave. The next morning, I got up and went out to Washington to Tim Hortons and bought some Timbits, which are my favorite donut holes. I then ended up going to Latrobe again to hang out with some guys, and we basically worked on some drone stuff, and they flew a little bit. It got me thinking. It'd be nice to have a nice big plot of land to fly my drone on. There's also a lot of maintenance. I look at the toys I have and realize I've got a lot of crazy a lot of crazy hobbies. But I'm very unorganized. If you saw my apartment right now, you'd think they were trashing it looking for some special device from some thriller movie. In actuality, I've been extremely lazy and not cleaning my apartment. Instead of being a responsible adult on Sunday, I decided I'm just going to go fly drones again and work on stuff. Monday night, I spent the night fixing a drone I bought from a guy. In the night, I went to the movies and getting the podcasts ready for publishing tomorrow. I'm recording this one right now. Stream of Consciousness will be up at 3 a.m. as it always is. And I'd like to thank Joe Stout for stepping up and doing a little bit extra work. It now makes it a lot easier for me to publish the podcasts, because not only I don't have to upload them, but I don't have to worry about putting this a subject anymore. I'm still trying to feel out how I want to do this podcast. Because I went to Toastmasters Day and did the table topics. And one of my biggest problems with table topics is my table topic answers are always less than a minute. I need to figure out a way to be more able to talk off the cuff. I was told to me that the one episode from here felt like it was scripted. Well, yet again, this episode has not been scripted. I'm just trying to speak off the cuff. I'm also trying not to talk fast. Because another issue I have when I do my speeches for Toastmasters is I tend to ramble really quickly and mumble. I'm sure Dave will tell me how this episode goes. So I'm sitting here at like 5 minutes, 19 seconds. I'm wondering what else I should talk about this week. Well, next Sunday, we're doing another live cast of the podcast. So that'll be interesting. My buddy is getting space to brew whiskey and offer me a small section of room to build a workshop in, which makes me very excited because that means I can actually build a workbench and leave my tools out and work on stuff and actually work on projects and get them finished and not have to put things away real quick because I'm having people over or whatnot, which also means I have more storage room. My goal this week is to clean my apartment for the podcast, and I'm failing miserably because I'm finding all these other things to do instead of cleaning my apartment. And hopefully next week I will have some kind of theme music for this podcast. For those who are listening, thanks, and good day.